Good evening, everyone. Well, it's evening here in Australia. It is 8:25 p.m. Night time. But I thought I'd do something a little different. I thought I'd actually introduce myself, tell you a little bit about myself, and you get to see the man behind the camera. So, my name's Mitch, but I go by nicknames Chip and Stitches. I got the nickname Chip when in 2012 I went to the USA on a storm tornado chasing tour. And at the start of the tour, we're in Denver, Colorado, at the Holiday Inn, I think it was. And anyway, we're all standing in a big circle, all 12 guests, plus 3 of the guides. And I gone to lunch with the guides that same day. So that, and obviously emails gone back and forth. So they knew my name was Mitch, and Chip had never been mentioned. And the guy, one of the main guides, Dave Holder, has gone to introduce everyone, and he goes, "Oh, and this is Chip. Oh, I mean Mitch," and it just stuck. So I became known as Chip. Stitches is a little bit more, I don't know what the term is, but it was the start of my second week on the Dash 8s, and we chocked a nose gear. And I've chocked a nose gear. I didn't have a hat, cap, or anything on. I've stood up and I felt my head hit something, and I'm like, okay, that I'll hit a peanut tube, and I'm like, oh, that's further up, I'm fine. Skipping a few of the details, I ended up with 5 stitches in my head as a result, so I got the nickname Stitches. So either nickname's fine, but I'm sticking with Chip Photography because that was the first nickname and the one that I've had since 2012. I got a Facebook page, Chip Photography Brisbane as well, and I've named it Chip Photography since 2012, so I'll just keep it with that. But yeah, anyway, so I live in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I was born in Alice Springs, which some of you know has a storage facility. I didn't get to see all the arrivals for COVID. I was already here in Brisbane. I moved over to Brisbane in January of 2018. And but when I did live in Alice Springs, the storage facility did start, and I did see a number of arrivals and departures, like Scoot 777, 200, an unknown A330 200 Rolls-Royce engines. We had XAir New Zealand 767s come in, Fokker 50s, Sky Western Virgin. What else did we have? Departures, I saw that same unknown A330 leave, the Scoot 777 as well. I also photographed one of the last Qantas passenger 767s to leave Australia. It was in American registration by then. It's now a freighter with, I can't remember, I'd have to have a look. But yeah, so ever since I was a kid, I've loved planes. Ever since I was a kid. And I've worked at Alice Springs Airport with Qantas, where we did mainly 737s and 717s. With the 737s, it was both the 737-400 and 737-800. A little unknown fact for probably most of you with the Qantas 737-400s was they had what we call magic carpet, or a conveyor belt in the holds, and that made loading and unloading a lot easier. All the Qantas 737-400s had it in the front cargo hold, but not all the 400s had them in the rear hold. So and we had a list of the regos and which ones had the rear carpet and which didn't. If we got one, or when we got one in that had no rear carpet, we would have to have 2 of us in the cargo hold just simply to move the bags, because we didn't have rollers, we didn't have power stows, we didn't have anything like that. So that was fun. But during my time at Alice Springs Airport, I did things like put up stairs to a toll freighter, New Zealand registered 737-300, did a loo service on an American business jet, also Dash 8-100. My first Qantas Link Dash 8 was also done in Alice. That was, I think, a 200, maybe 300, not sure. The photos don't show, because camera wasn't as good back then. Photos don't show the rego. So wasn't sure. I also unloaded an Indonesian registered MD-80 series of sorts. I can't remember. Also loaded I can't even remember. It was an old thing, Tauk Touring. I remember that much. And then we had the weekly C-17, US Air Force C-17 come in. So I got a few photos of that, videos, which are on my other YouTube channel that I can't access because I've forgot everything. But yeah, and then that was 2008 to 2010. And then Brisbane, I moved over, as I said before, January 2018. Started working Brisbane Airport 18th of June. I had to think of that one. 18th of June 2018. Started straight away on the Dash 8s. Also got signed off on the Fokkers because we did an alliance run. So with that run, it was Brisbane, Brisbane, Mount Isa, Brisbane, Mount Isa, back again. And so the Dash 8 guys would, we would do that. So I got signed off on the Fokkers. Then the 717 started up. I started getting cross-trained up international. So that would have been on 777s, 78s, 73s, even Fokkers again, a whole range of things. Then COVID happened and that put that to rest very quickly. Then I joined up I was part of the 717 startup for my ground contracting company. As we took over the contract from another ground handling agent. So I did that, pushbacks, tows, everything. But then I'm quite happy on the Dash 8s. And I love the Dash 8s purely because of the people. I've met the best people on this earth on the Dash 8s. Like, they're just so awesome. We have so much fun, so much banter, but also when things don't go wrong, but when there's challenges thrown up, the banter pretty much stops. We go, right, this is what we're going to do. This is how we can fix this. Does this work for you? Yes, this works for me. Let's do this. Let's do that. So not just with pilots and flight attendants, but all other areas as well. So I love that sort of interaction and just getting in there and just, basically getting a desirable outcome. I was talking with someone the other day from another department, and we're like, yeah, when we have challenges and we can resolve them, that's what we love. We like getting in there and being able to put all our experience, our expertise to work. And then also, it's about 3 years ago, I was approached by one of our duty managers, and I ended up being flown up to Moranbah, which is like a airport for mining. Moranbah's a mining town. So I was asking them to go up there and give them a hand. So I went up to Moranbah for a couple of hours. I spent more time on the plane up and plane ride down than I did actually on the ground. But when I was there, pretty much all I did was just arrivals and dispatch, so marshalling in aircraft. And that was awesome because none of the other Dash 8 crews knew. So they're there, they're going, oh, yep, there's someone waving us in. And then they're like, hang on. And I'd lean forward and I'm like, what's he doing here? And so that was really good experience. So that's pretty much it for now. I could waffle on all night, but I've got stuff I need to do. I'm heading up to Cairns tomorrow after work for a few days to see some awesome people. But what I will show you is I also collect model aircraft. That is my Qantas /JQ shelf. All up, I have approximately over 100 models. Various airlines, mostly Jetstar and Qantas. I've got some Ansett ones, British Airways. I've got Air Force ones, cargo ones, Alliance, Aussie Air Force and US Air Force. So, yeah, wide variety. If you've made the full length, well done. If you ever have any questions about anything, leave a comment. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's going to be a lot more content coming over the next year, sort of similar to what's already on the channel, but also without giving away any hints, there's going to be a lot more and a lot more exciting stuff I've got planned. So thank you to everyone, and hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Peace.